Hello and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena, where they currently have a stage set up on campus to sing Christmas carols on November 19th. Now, I personally think that that's a little too early to celebrate Christmas, but it's the perfect time to celebrate the last match of the PEC Valorant fall season. We have a potential matchup to clinch the number 2 seed in the conference tonight against Nebraska, and it's the PEC, so you know it's going to be a good game. My name is Zach Munson, and of course, I'm joined on desk by Nathaniel Hackney. And well, Nathaniel, I just mentioned that the stakes of this one are the potential number 2 seed. Can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yeah, so the standings right now are Ohio's undefeated 7-0, and then Boise State and Michigan State are both 6-1, and it's Michigan State against Ohio State. So if Michigan State beats them and we happen to lose, that would then put us in the 3rd seed.
So despite what the records might say, this game is incredibly important, but there were a lot of important games last week as well. So, I mean, we had a lot of very good games in Week 8. Ohio State barely able to clinch out ahead of Boise State 2-1. Michigan State barely beating Nebraska 2-0. Baylor going ahead of Utah 0-2. Kansas falling to the Golden Gophers, and Syracuse out with a bye. And looking ahead to Week 9, the PEC Valorant schedule sets up some of the biggest matches of the season. Right at the top, Michigan State at 6-1 takes on an undefeated Ohio State, a matchup that could determine whether the Buckeyes secure the number 1 seed earlier or whether the Spartans force a tie at the top. Boise State looks to bounce back as the 6-1 Broncos face a 1-6 Nebraska, aiming to keep pace with the leaders and strengthen their postseason positioning. Utah, now 4-3, squares off with Minnesota at 2-5, with both squads looking to climb the middle of the standings. Kansas and Syracuse round out the week as the 2-5 Jayhawks take on the 3-4 Orange, a crucial match for late season bracket placement. Baylor is on the bye at 1-7. Week 9 has the potential to completely reshape the race for the top 3. Every map matters from here on out. And in an attempt to educate the audience on the PEC and their schools, we started with a quick Q&A with our players about Nebraska. Jacob Palmer is our man on the street to see what our players knew about the Cornhuskers. They've got an interesting mascot, isn't it? It's something kind of cool. Are they the Cornhuskers?
University of Nebraska.
And where are they?
Nebraska.
Who's on the $5 bill?
George Washington.
Okay, there we go. Where are we in Nebraska?
I need a hint.
7 years ago.
James Madison.
No. Who was the 16th president?
Hamilton.
No.
Hamilton.
He's on the 10. What president was known for being very honest? You know.
Lincoln.
Lincoln?
That's Lincoln.
There you go.
Whatever. I know I'm doing better than Mark. So
All right. And here we go.
Nashville.
Versus Ohio State, the game that probably matters the most for our standings, as you mentioned, that one's important. Kansas versus Syracuse, bit of a middle of the table kind of game. That's going to be important for their standings as well, of course. Nebraska versus Boise State, potential 2 seed on the line. And closing it out, we have Utah versus Minnesota. A lot, of course, of competitive games in the PEC. And it looks like we've got another week of those coming up.
And of course, we have our starting roster. It includes Skelesis, Skies, Master, Daimyo's out, Kaz, and Prestige.
We'll be filling in.
And the wonderful Coach K here, of course, rounding out the team.
Absolutely. Just a great roster, of course. And Doc's keys to the game, always important in Valorant. Call abilities, no flash. Check your angles, please. I mean, there's lots of them. You can pick whichever you want. Take out your one. Don't trust the right click, whichever you choose, but they're all brought to you by Blue Ribbon Painting. With over 90 years of combined experience, they're proud to be Boise's go-to team of local, multi-generational painters who know how to level up your home. Visit blueribbonpainting.net. And a common theme that I've kind of been harping on this whole season. Well, actually, I was about to get to that, as it turns out Bind is the first map, and it was picked by Nebraska. I was just about to say, Bind is looking like Nebraska's favorite map to pick and play, and Boise State are perfectly happy with that, aren't they?
Yeah, Boise State, it's also our favorite map by chance. So really all they ended up doing was just giving Boise State the choice of which side they wanted.
And we also made a note of what's their second favorite map?
Corrode.
Yeah, and that also probably is our team's second favorite map, if not their favorite. They definitely have the second best results on it. And I was mentioning a common theme at the PEC is any game is really, you never know what's going to happen. Any team is liable to win any week, and I think Nebraska's a solid example of that because their Corode, they haven't lost. I mean, they've only won one map, okay? Small sample size, but I mean, they've played one game, they've won it. They're pretty good on Bind as well. You don't know what could happen, like especially walking into one like this. It's like, oh, this is our most confident map. This is the one we feel best on. But I mean, they picked it for a reason.
Yeah, it definitely could be a bit of a shocker, you know, if you're on your favorite map and then all of a sudden things are a little tougher than you might have thought.
They have a really unorthodox composition on Bind, don't they?
Yeah, wasn't it like a Clove Rays comp?
Yeah, with the fade as well, a bit of like a throwback. Not what you see like on this patch a lot. Seems like our team going for that.
Well, if you're playing fade and Rays together, you can throw that Cease Paint Shells combo. And if you have a Clove as well, then her Decay can also combo with the Paint Shells. So it no longer do you just figure out where fade is playing and then thus you know where Rays is playing. So it denies a little bit of information from the opponent team.
Yeah, it's like two possible combinations instead of just the one. And I mean, you mentioned in the lineups, of course, Daimyo missing today. Prestige will be playing the full time, and that's not necessarily like any different than the starting lineup. All these players so competent, and we noted something kind of interesting about Daimyo being the one being out and being filled in by Prestige. What is that?
Well, it's Daimyo kind of just plays whatever the team needs, and it happens that same. So.
Both of them are kind of they're the two jacks of all trades. It's like to be fair, our team is like a playing card that someone like is cheating on because we have 6 jacks of all trades.
Oh yeah, no, it's like a Balatro, man.
We started adding cards and we've got a crazy game on our hands. Boise State versus Nebraska, potential 2 seed on the line. Nebraska also fighting for positioning with Baylor. So of course, it is the last game of the season, but it's not any less important than any other game as we head on to Bind, a confident map for both of these teams.
And of course, we have Boise State on the attacking side of this half.
And I think that's been their strongest. You remember the Ohio State game, it seemed like it was so crazy with how those halves went, but I think just in general, Cause is always good for like 3 A main. He just holds there. He'll just stand there. So I'm kind of expecting that to be their plan. But we mentioned the combination from Nebraska, but it looks like that's not even on the board. Instead, it's a Vise and a Viper. As we'll get right into it, B push coming through. Drone is out and it spots someone. Master teed up on it. Gets noted by the waylay, but it's not quite enough. Trades going both ways. Skies jumping out backside. It's Seth backside. I don't think they know about him though. Hiding, and he actually is able to get the first. Skies doesn't quite know where he is, and Woody has a chance for another. And actually gets everybody. Seth cleans out with a quick 4K on pistol round from a sneaky position.
And because he got 4, that means the showstopper is going to be coming on very, very soon. Already at 5 charges out of 8. And that's one of the ultimates that can decide a round pretty easy.
Well, especially early, and I don't have like a stat on this, but I feel like Ray's ultimate, if you ask the players who play Rays, it's definitely one that like you see a moment and you just hit it. Like Viper's Pit, it's like you don't really ever want to use that in like a clutch, you know, like you want to use it with the full plan, the full might of the team. But Showstopper, I mean, if a good Rays, if Seth sees a good opportunity, he might let it go.
Yeah, no, with Showstopper, you just see somebody and you're like, I can probably kill them for free. And then just pop it.
A full force coming out from the Broncos. Maybe a little bit disrespectful, but it's only disrespectful if it doesn't work. Cause, though, might have to deal with an angle he might not expect. Seth holding on top of the box, a sniper of sorts noted, but it won't find the kill now. Skies is ready to go, dashes out, Cubby noted, and the recall now, position gained, Master is the one to find it, gate crash out back sight, and the plant comes down.
Now that elbow player needs to be contested, and with 2 stingers, they might make quick work of him.
Oh, the timing's so crazy for Merlin, still able to get one, and the stingers now set up in perfect positions. 3 players trying to come in through CT, a smoke still available. Have to go through, out goes the satchel. Seth, Paranoia tees him up and out he goes, but the spray, it's too much. Crossfire, everything's there, and Skies is the one to clean it out. A thrifty win right back on the board for the Broncos.
That was a nasty flick shot at the end there. During that round, we saw the waylay dash go in to draw the crosshair, and then Master's just already backside ready to trade. That's so hard to deal with if you're the Cubby player.
I think Skies like went to like a Buddhist monastery and learned like ancient waylay tech, because like I swear he was like a normal kind of waylay player. Then like 2 weeks ago he started doing just these crazy shenanigans. Yeah,
and he comes
found
back.
himself at the monastery and just turned into a waylay demon. And he is looking at B long as his destination. Merlin, the one to match, hits the flash and doesn't want to contend with the angle quite yet as Master creeps up pretty far here. Shower, and it's being fought for a little bit, but things slow down quickly. A short, contentious position. Oz is swinging it a little bit, but nothing gained so far.
Creeping up with that outlaw.
Ooh, he might get checked from the left side. Jump spot kind of gives it away, and Master just shoots him right through the wall. Outlaw will get that for sure. Another one, though, in that position. Might not expect it. The shot gives it away, and he's perfectly watched by his teammate. Skies pops out. Perfect timing on the site to get the spike planted.
Master was able to get the ult orb there, too, so the dimensional drift is coming up pretty soon.
Players from the Cornhuskers side have a chance to get in here towards U-Haul. Close angles, but they're going to have to walk out at some point, and it's not going to be pretty. Revage and Zilla trapped in U-Haul. They thought it was a great position, but now it might be a coffin. Nowhere to go. Merlin trying to hold and maybe just looking for exits here, knowing they don't have much of a chance into this round, biding their time. Cornhuskers looking to go soon, but Master actually looking first. Good adjustment onto the first. Revage taken down. Saturate from his teammate trying to stop him. Merlin, the only one who can stop him though, and he does. Picks up an outlaw and might be able to escape here into spawn. Actually might fall to the spike, but the Broncos picking up a convincing second round in a row as the economy stays on their side.
And something that you can look for in rounds like that, because Master was so close to his ult, the Broncos decided just let Master take first contact. If he gets some kills, he might get his ult online. That'll give us a very good shot at the next round.
And he ended up dying to Merlin, but
it doesn't
that's
matter. That's what he wanted. It was just get a kill or die. Either one works out.
And look at the money too. It's ridiculous. They've got pretty much full rifles, but they can buy for the next 4 or 5 rounds. They manage their money perfectly. And they also have the first ultimate on the board. Dimensional Drift could come out towards the B site. It's always important. You can note all the players' locations.
Yeah, and when you're able to just know where everybody is, you can make such better informed decisions. I mean, it seems obvious, but the people think of the dimensional drift as just like a way to get behind them, but it's more than that.
Merlin, guiding light used out, this time on the other extremity of the map. 250 credits kind of thrown into the wind. I guess Merlin knows players are out there now. It is Master. Wouldn't want to peek him today. You can tell he's feeling good as he peeks up. Not much to be found though. Dark cover quickly deployed to cut his angle off, but the rest of the team really towards B, and now he joins them. Full force of the Broncos now towards B site.
And they're just ready to execute here. Looking out for some of that utility. They don't exactly know where the Sentinel is, but the Tejo drone's going to tell them.
There is unfortunately a lot of people here, though. Revage is the target. Saturate comes through, but actually gets 2 beautiful shots from him, but Kaz trades it back before it gets out of control. But there's one more player here, sneaking through elbow, playing it close. Wise is ready to spring out at any moment, but Skelesis shuts that down. Zilla trying to get through the smoke. It drops. Kaz might not be ready for this, and he isn't. Zilla finds it. Only one. Skelesis with the Bulldog. Almost gets taken out by the dog, but has a chance. Blind comes through the first fight. Found a beautiful shot. Now only 2 left. 9 bullets, but he can't quite get it. Geomagics finds the shot and evens things up at 2-2.
And so something we're going to see as we go into the later rounds is Nebraska opted for no Tejo or Brimstone, which means Lamps is kind of like an OP spot for the Broncos to go because they don't really have much to clear them out. And because of that, it means that Nebraska is going to need to 3-stack A-site to deny the Lamp space, which then means that B is the weak side on most rounds.
Now, I'm no prophet, but looking at Master's weapon and looking at the big ready over his ultimate, I think I know what's about to happen, and it looks like A might be the site. Might have realized what you're saying at the same time, but they're going to have to follow Master in here. Running up, trying to get as much space as possible before using the Dimensional Drift. He has a Bucky, so he's free to take a close angle like that if that's what he pleases. And he is backed up by Skies. Dimensional Drift comes through, and through the smoke he sees one. Just hiding there, Merlin has to get out. Saturate comes through, but they're not sure if they want to fight it yet. Skies takes it and now clears towards U-Haul, sees one, pops out, Bucky in hand, and Seth knows has to chill out, but he still gets the shot. A beautiful jump and a nice trade as well, playing gun game, possibly picking up another weapon here. 3 kills with 3 guns is on the board. Vandal is upgraded. Zilla is not known yet. Deep in spawn, but Prestige finds it. Zilla falls, and the Broncos take the lead once again.
And that was exactly what you were talking about there. Dimensional Drift comes out. Lamps is taken. It was a combination of everything we were saying.
It's just a beautiful day. It really just truly is. And Merlin, it's so unfortunate because Dimensional Drift being up just totally ruins any play you could possibly have that's sneaky. You can't play any angle. We're just going to find you in the money. I mean, Master bought a Bucky, so that even extends their lead into the future.
Yeah, that's very, very good for the Broncos. And with the Sheriff buy coming out from the Cornhuskers,
Kaz might get caught here. The drone didn't clear it, and Kaz lurking up at the wall. They are afraid to peek past the wall. Now Kaz taking so much space as the rest of the noise comes through. Kaz gets the first, but he's all alone. He has to operate by himself. Peeking, trying to get the second, finds it. A third on the table. Merlin facing it, but Kaz is flawless with the rest of the team.
Single-handedly just taking down one of the sites.
I mean,
that's disgusting.
If you can get that play to work, I don't think you're going to lose another round. I mean, the idea is literally just move Kaz up just for a potential flank alert, but he ends up just taking A site by himself.
Yeah, like the idea of that play is, oh, maybe we have A as an option. It'll be a stronger side. Not Kaz just kill half the team.
And one thing to note is Seth has been holding on to that showstopper for a while now.
Yeah, every round that he holds on to it, it becomes worse and worse because it means the odds of getting a second showstopper are lower.
Ooh, we could be seeing something very interesting here on B. Convergent pass into the Viper's pit. Skies wants to push, but he's all alone. It hit both though. Reavage sprays, Prestige trades, and now the B site is open.
And walking up, it seems like it's going to be a free plant, and the Broncos will have to choose where it is, and it appears default.
Gap in the smoke could kind of fool a peek maybe, but instead the Broncos just drop the pit, and Kaz just starts spraying. Merlin falls right through it, not even a chance. Prestige catches the flank, and it's only onto one. Not much to do into the Viper's pit, especially with the shorties out. Save might be the only option here.
And it seems like the wise choice might be taken.
So now the Broncos get up to 5 rounds and keep the economy moving. A 3-round lead as the spike explodes. And this is a good lead here for attacker's side, isn't it?
Yeah, especially because the Broncos keep winning every round that they win with 3 or 4 alive, which is very different than winning a round at the very end, because bringing those rifles is exactly what people mean when they're talking about momentum.
Still, Seth holds on to the showstopper. Both his teammates have gained and used an ultimate before him. Still, kind of struggling to find a window to use it. Seems like the Broncos have been very decisive this game.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to just hit the ult than just keep, checking, is this worth? Because eventually you just lose a second ult altogether.
Prestige's bank account is literally maxed. Money could not be any higher. The default comes through once again. Shower gained almost with no effort. Normally, you see, especially in matches like last week, you saw it was almost a bloodbath every time fighting for that shower space, but the Broncos master just takes it all by his lonesome, but he is facing 4 potential players if he wants to keep exploring, and it doesn't seem like he wants to.
It does seem a little wise to what's going on.
Peeks the smoke, clears it, still has all of this space. The Cornhuskers, there's so many players on A, but they don't really hold anything. And Master's gonna peek here, and this could be a problem. Here's the footsteps, knows he might catch someone, and he's gonna have a monster flank later into this round. Actually, the TP comes through an A site now. I mean, it's been completely given up. 5v5 retake through. Master holding, but almost doesn't expect Seth. Has a chance to reposition and get out of the corner, though. Finally, showstopper used. Seth gonna let it fly, but instead, he flies out of heaven and gets taken down to earth. Skelesis eliminates him. Cause peeking through U-Haul, gets another. Geo trying to swing, but his head has been spotted, and through heaven another falls. Merlin, only one left on the flank, and he is done. Skies picks it up, another flawless for Boise State.
And there really isn't much to be said there. Just the Cornhuskers trying to retake the site, but all the space was already given. Boise State was able to get so many off angles that they had to clear, and they chose to go faster than maybe was wise.
I feel like I've been alluding to it, but I don't know about the way the space is being played by the defense here.
Yeah, no, they're instead of playing forward in I'll explain later.
Well, as we say that, they do fight for shower a little bit more. It's Seth, the one to try, but the orbital strike, it's going to clear out everything. And U-Haul taken so easily. Now the trade's all the way of the Broncos. Only Skies falls. And it's just 2 in spawn. A retake that you hate to see. So difficult to get back into this one if you're Revage or Zilla, even with the weapons. I mean, all the space has been taken. And time only ticking lower here. The peak might come through the smoke. But it's got to contend with the shorties. Out goes Prestige. Out goes Master. Zilla finds it, in another save coming through by Nebraska.
And they have to save or else they can't afford next round.
Well, it's a wonderful time to talk about your concept.
Yes, so the idea is the defenders and attackers both spawn with space they start with, right?
Yeah.
Anything behind the buy barrier is blue space, defender space. Anything behind the buy barrier for the attackers is red space.
Yeah.
So of course, there's little pieces in between. That's the gray space,
yes.
the area that you have to fight for. And so Nebraska, by just sitting back really far, they're giving away the gray space. No utility has to be used by the Broncos, and then it means when the Broncos finally fight them, it's a fight they have to take because it's for the site.
Yeah,
and they have full util.
Your angles are just a lot worse if you're playing back site because there's only really a few angles you can play. I'd just like to mention as well, Prestige has 11 assists. No one else has more
11.
than 5. Skies is second. Saturate's being used quite well. But look, a potential fight coming out of short now. Cornhuskers finally taking the initiative, but Cause, I noted this position before. This is his spot, and you can't get him off of it. He drops the spike and says, come get it if you want. As Master clears out all of shower, and Cornhuskers, they have to fall back defeated after that push. The Master wants to keep going. Just been almost found, but he bails out, and B site is the target.
And once this Vise shear comes down, it's going to be very difficult for them to defend anything. And there it is. The shear's been tripped.
Ooh, and they might walk into this
In a flash.
Looks like the Broncos are holding for the teleport. Perfect Armageddon, perfect saturate. Zilla gets that, but he's dead to right. Second found as well. Prestige gets it. Incendiary stopping the trade, and the plant can come down now in another 4v2 retake.
And with all these mollies, the Broncos know that Nebraska has to be in their spawn.
It's truly nowhere else. Merlin and Geomagics have to walk into this smoke, and I think Master knows. Here's the noise, and he thinks that they're past. They're not even past. They're still in spawn. He's just holding them single-handedly. The threat of him being there is killing so much time. Smoke surely dropping any second. Here it goes, and the shorty out. Shot not found, but Merlin, hold on, all of a sudden, things a little bit more even. Time still not too low. Skelesis has to hit a shot. Merlin gets it, but I think, ooh, Merlin 4Ks. Time still too low, so the Broncos do win the round, but a nice showing from Merlin.
Yeah, very nice showing. It's just the timer ran down.
little too late.
Yeah, exactly. And as we go into this next round, Nebraska's going to have enough money to buy, and then they'll also have enough credits to buy in the next round, even if win or lose.
And that's so insane. I mean, they lost Pistol, and after they won the second round, I don't think they've ever lost control of their economy for even a second. Of course, they've won 6 straight. That definitely helps, but still feels kind of crazy, like damage not even really being done.
Yeah, even though they all died, it doesn't really matter.
Master now has potential second dimensional drift of the half. He has the judge, and out it goes, clearing so much space. Merlin has been spotted, Geo as well, and Seth. He's noted 3 players here. Team still decided to go in though. U-Haul has just been completely taken. Master just gets into U-Haul, all the players stuck backside, and it seems like only a matter of time before the shots come through. Ooh, smart tap from Skelesis, knowing Seth wants to explore, wants to peek, and Skies gets it. Now, Geomagic's exploring towards U-Haul, finds the judge, and Master upgrading, getting one more player. It's Zilla in heaven, the only one to really contend with this quite yet, and he doesn't want to peek.
And the Steel Garden can't be used here either, because there's just so many players alive on the side of Boise State.
And I feel like I've seen this scenario so many times. Cornhuskers waiting for any sort of moment, but it's only on Zilla, and it's 4-4 Master. Gun game once again for him as he cleans out the round, and the Broncos get up to 9.
And I think you shouted it out last round, but the game sense and the knowledge required for that tap and then walking off of sight, it cannot be understated. A lot of players just stick the bomb there and get sprayed with the smoke.
That's the easiest way to give over a free kill to the defenders, is if you just stand default and let them spray through the smoke, but Skelis is too smart for that.
And here we go into the final round of the half. Nebraska has the chance to win it with the Steel Garden.
Oh, but Convergent pass as soon as this drone spots them. Out it's gonna go. Skies pops it and it hits 2. Out he goes, catches the first, it's Seth, and he wants more, running down, trying to catch Zilla, and a beautiful flick from Skies finds it. Primary jammed, and so he has to settle for the shorty spray into the smoke as the spike can come down, and once again it's all CT for the retake. Skies still exploring, they're all in front of him, but the double peek works. Reavage gets the first, but Skelesis quickly trades it out. Both players stuck in elbow. Master, the one to contend, shorty in hand, they peek, and Reavage finds another. Shorty takes him low, but can't quite get it. Geo, a 1v2 situation potentially, as now the Broncos start to play their time. Cause waiting for the lineup. Skelesis staying on site as the contingency plan. Geo peeking forward, creeping into the pillar, and in he goes, a knife kill! Somehow finds it, predicts Geo's position, and the Broncos get up to 10.
And so now, as we see Boise State on the defense, we're going to see an example we were talking about where space is now taken from the defenders and contested early. Because that's something that this team tends to do quite well.
Yeah, I think you'll automatically see the difference in how they decide to treat the shower space long, because, I mean, maybe one round Seth fought for it, but most of the time, Master loves to run up there. That's his role on the team, I think, is to get showers every round, and he barely even had to fight for it.
Yeah, and Also, it's a little bit different from Nebraska. They have the Vise on the Lurk instead of the Viper.
They still do have the wall for it, though. Oh, and this could be so good if they go exploring. 3 players crept out hookah, and they're going to see Long, and they're going to see everything. Skies and Skelesis lining it up, but they can't find the shot. Kaz trying to peek, and Geo takes him down. Now only Skelesis half HP here to brace the impact of the push, and Seth takes him down. It's only Prestige and Master on the pistol. Sheriff in hand, Master wants to fight, and out he goes. Revenge holding. Of course is going to find that difficult task now for Prestige. 1v5 into the smoke. First player found, second player found. Hold on. Prestige has 2 and a refresh. Full utility. Looking to peek out. There's a Sheriff just at his feet if he can get out a little bit more, but he doesn't want it. Keeping the classic. Trusting the right click. Peeking, finds it, and he saw a foot, I think, up top. He hears it. 2 to fight Zilla. Trying to fight it, but he can't. Revenge walks around the top. Nice try from Prestige, but the Cornhuskers take a second pistol.
I was getting really concerned for a second there that
that should not have been a winnable round. Great attempt from Prestige.
and great like fundamentals from him too. You'll see as he walks onto site to clear the angles, he makes sure to check literally every possible spot they could be on before walking up.
And the smoke was great too, but of course, once again, I mean, it's kind of been a theme throughout this fall season, but the Broncos just finding themselves coming up short on pistol. But the second round, Skies definitely heard that. Trailblazer doesn't check. He could go for so many here. Skies holding, waiting, wall coming down. Skies lining up his shot, but the blind hits him still. Hasn't been checked. Shoots, and he can't find it. It's okay, Skies. Prestige has your back. Gets the first, but Revenge is out on site, and now finding kills. Prestige still alive with the Sheriff. Gets the first. Hold on. But he's got a lot more to deal with. Just him and Kaz on the eco. 2 HP bomb, but he could be lethal. Got to deal with that. Through the teleport, the Cornhuskers don't like their odds on A site.
But it seems like we're a little bit faster to the site.
Prestige is here way quicker than they might expect. Here's the drop. Oh, but the smoke is perfect. His smoke was so perfect it let him get to elbow, and now Kaz also has a decent angle. But Nebraska so strong, so healthy too on the site. Weapon advantage would be a task.
You can't expect either of them really here.
Oh, gets the first for free. But just on the second, almost finds it because out to the smoke, but he would never expect Tube here. Surely he wouldn't. He doesn't know, he thinks it's Octagon, but still not peeking yet. Merlin plays it perfectly, and Nebraska get the second.
Yeah, I mean, from Kaz's perspective, it really doesn't make sense for them to put multiple players on site and then have a single guy playing the extremity.
Again, another super close round, way closer than it should have been. Skies, of course, everyone knows these are the hardest shots to hit, so no flame, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, when the enemies can't see you, it's like they gain bullet evasion or something.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, you don't want people to stop doing those plays, so you can't make fun of them because you don't want people to stop doing that. What do you mean, bro? Those are the coolest clips. The Broncos, once again, going for a play, and it's only Zilla really to brace it. Decoy not shot. They don't know about it, but they're out on A. And this is so many players from Shower they never expected. Smoke's not good, and Skies gets a peek, gets one, but do they know about how many more are there? It's Prestige, and it's Master. Orbital Strike comes through. Good damage, and it actually takes down Geo. And now Master gets another Zilla. Tried to walk in late, and it's a 4v2. Once again, only one, it's Merlin through the smoke. Time so bountiful. Skelesis might know, but Seth actually runs him down with the shorty. Merlin repositions, gets one and gets quickly traded, and now Seth in such an unfortunate position. Kaz gets the half, and Prestige gets the kill, and the spike is defused. Boise State get up to 11 on the first half. Or the first map.
And that's exactly what we were talking about. They took the space, and then
Oh my goodness.
because they had.
What is Prestige's stat line?
Oh my!
Who is he feeling like?
Holy!
Again, like I said, it's a Balatro deck of players. You have so many people that can come in at any given moment and pop off. Economy finally back in their favor.
But having 13 assists and 16 kills is just crazy. You're doing everything.
Once again, Skies looking to redeem himself, and it actually gets shot. They don't know about Skies, and redeem himself he will. First found, but Reavage sprays down too. Prestige still here, but the flank is so fast they might walk right into it. Skelesis and Cause are up way quicker than they might imagine. Zilla's gonna peek it though. Timing is crazy, and Zilla gets Skelesis quickly traded by Cause, but he has to fight everybody, and he gets another two more on his plate. And he's not feeling hungry quite yet.
And
Backing
living
out.
there is crazy.
Yeah, he was open to so many angles, and he's able to sneak out.
I think something we see Cause do a lot is just play his life. It's most of the time the smart play to do.
Nebraska actually has the right read.
Yes, they do. It appears they're walking.
And I'd like to give them credit, because that's a really difficult call to make, because they never saw Brim. Brim could literally be anywhere on the entire map right now. So, correct read, but they still have to execute.
Welcome to my
The Viper's
world.
Pit might make that a lot easier.
30 seconds
Yeah,
left.
with that Viper's Pit down, all they have to worry about is getting sprayed as they plant. But there is just nothing. There is no fear in the heart
Spike planted.
of Reavage.
But this is kind of difficult. The Broncos are going to look to get in at any weird angle into the pit. They still have two mollies potentially. First is used and Cause Prestige creep up.
With Shorty in hand,
the
that gives him a good
pit.
chance.
Oh, but not quite. Reavage sees him first. The Prestige unluckily looks to the right. Reavage gets 4 and continues being the top standout player for the Cornhuskers as they get up to 5.
And a weird mechanic that some people might not know about the Viper's Pit is if you're on the high ground looking down, it makes you see slightly further for some reason. And Reavage was playing to that.
Reavage, a great player, definitely the standout of the Cornhuskers, but of course, shout out to Merlin. Played a couple maps with the team, seems to be just kind of coming in almost like a Prestige when he's needed and delivering so far this game, but still a 6-round deficit befalls Nebraska. The Broncos, I mean, have fallen on hard times economically as well.
Yeah, with Sheriffs in hand, we'll see how it plays out.
Drone going out.
Seth hears the jump spot and knows, and that marks
suppressed.
2 players. Now they know it's either a B play or a bit of a default.
When we have seen the Broncos make this play so many times, Viper Orb with the Tejo Concuss.
Makes them want to stand close, and you get a chance. Skies, though, a chance given to him, and instead it's 1 bullet taken off his health. Still not speeding up towards A quite yet. Seems like the Cornhuskers not sure of what read to make, and they might make the right one as it looks like Boise State's on the way out. Going to A now, they've pivoted and the smoke comes in and it might be too late. Skelesis, the only one left. He's only got a classic. What could you expect him to do? He knows about the flank, but it's Reavage, and the timing could not be worse. Reavage finds him back turned, and they've gotten the sight here. Ooh, smoke drops, and Master gets a perfect opportunity shot. Not quite found, but no more smokes. He's gonna get a lot more. Skies on the flank. It's Merlin back turned as well. And Master, a chance. Geomagic's wanting to peek. You can tell he's antsy, and the snakebite finds him. Instead, he has to back out, clearing tube. He's vulnerable. He's low, but he's delivering. Cause, though, takes him down. Cause alive, but Reavage still is finding the kills. 20 now for them.
As the round gets later and later, you'll see that Geomagic on the Omen, it's just not enough smokes throughout the entire round, and that's what gave the Broncos such a good chance at retaking B there.
Yeah, it seems like they've only really had money like twice, but every round has been close so far. finally they have the ultimates to back it up, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was some sort of convergent pass play like we're used to seeing from this team here.
Oh, it makes a lot of sense, actually. They're pushing up Shower and can use the convergent paths on the retake.
Ooh, but it's being held really well. They might not expect 2 players there. And it is the Viper as well. Both lurks standing there waiting. It's Revage and Zilla, but instead, they don't see anything, don't hear anything. And Skelesis is exploring, but it's Cause, the one to get it. The double stack peek works out perfectly. Seth taken for free. Skies through the teleporter, might fight Merlin here. Oh, and he teleports all the way back, just looking for some info. It looks like he moves different on this waylay, I tell you. But now he's getting potentially moved towards. The Cornhuskers unsure of where to go here after losing their duelist.
Yeah, it's so much more difficult for Nebraska to do really anything other than play off of the Viper smoke.
Prestige just wanted to use some util. It's been too long. Fingers itching. And it might be the Incendiary. Looks like the right play, but Master is holding Revage so well, but the timing once again, but he
30
adjusts
seconds left.
and just executes Revage. A one-tap, beautiful, and Prestige. I wouldn't be surprised if he wants to peek this more. Convergent pass is perfect, though. Both Cubby players on a platter for Skies.
Spike down.
And he just takes him right down. When another chance through the blind, classic out. In goes Skies. He knows about Geo Magics and he wants to click him. But he gets clicked instead. The support in tow, 3 seconds, and Master's the one to find it. Now match point for the Broncos.
I think the craziest part about that round was Master hitting that flick shot off the timing, and then it shows his face cam, and he's just zero emotion, like, I do this every day.
Not even a smile. Look how even every player is. I mean, I feel like we say this all the time. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I mean, just it's literally everybody on this team.
Spike down.
They all like have a similar style as well. They're just like a hive mind at times, just willing to go in, and they're always on the same page.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, like, they're always exactly doing what they need to do.
And that's underrated. You hear that and you're like, doesn't that happen a lot? But not really.
no.
Not really as much as you'd think. It is pretty rare. What's rare is a B site, just a walk through a smoke into Cause. It should be rare for good reason, because he'll punish you. He finds it, Skies through the teleporter, has to fight, but he goes out, saturate used into the smoke, and he's peeking. Little ambitious, wants to run down the kills, but Geo finds it in a timing. Masters through the smoke and just gets everything. 2 kills for him.
Transfer.
Blind side. Doesn't find it, and they're running to A as fast as they can manage, but they're going to be met by Cause, and Prestige is hot on their tails. Zilla to contend, the flick is there. Ooh, but the timing, unfortunate. The knife comes out, and Revage is the master of timing this game. I swear half his skills are off timings, but Master in with the shorty to close it out through the dimensional drift. 3 for him, and the Broncos pick up the first.
I feel like every round that I saw Master have dimensional drift, it was like a 3 or a 4K.
I agree. I mean, I think one thing that's nice about him too is I love Yoru, of course, and that's something he does a lot better. As you mentioned, Cause plays his life. Like on half of Master's ults, I'm like, if that was me, I'm going out there and just trying to kill that guy. You know, and I think just him playing his life, realizing he doesn't need to risk stuff like that is what makes him so good. But a great win. Revage tried their best to get that out, but only 6 rounds for Nebraska as we move to Haven next map.
Haven. That is a little bit of an interesting match.
And we've got the crazy mashup of all these angles, and there's Michigan State versus Ohio State is actually...
Michigan's leading.
Michigan State is leading.
And remember what we checked earlier is that Michigan has actually beaten... Michigan State, sorry. Michigan State has beaten the Ohio State in a different league.
Yeah, it seems like they're almost like they're kryptonite in a way. It just seems every time they match up, it always goes one way. But so far, still in contention for both teams. As Michigan State are on defense, holding strong when the push comes through.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Very interesting game going
all
on.
of these games, I was looking down as well at some of the other ones, and they are very competitive as well. Of course, that's the one we care most about for the seeding going into the spring. But I mean, I don't know. We still gotta focus on this one as we go to Haven, which I haven't seen the Broncos play a whole ton of this year.
No, we really haven't, and I'm curious as to what's going to be played, because usually Kaz just puts the Viper in the bag, and I think Haven's it's not a Viper map.
I think, but an important thing to note maybe is I remember last year at the end of the PEC season was when Master first started to kind of learn Yoru. I think it might have been his first game on Yoru in a game was on Haven, and now he plays it so much all the time that I think that those strats have come along because it's what they wanted to do the whole time, and now they've had a whole year to practice on that.
Yeah, and Haven was our pick, so
Yeah.
I'm sure something is cooked up here.
For sure, and I think part of that also might be just there's more space on the map to control, and if they were watching film and noticed that maybe the Cornhuskers just give up that space a little too easily, that might be why they decided to go to that map.
Yeah, I believe I also saw them doing 10-man in-houses, the Broncos, and Haven was played.
Okay, so they're warm is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying they got some stuff cooked up.
I remember the ISO days. Those were beautiful days. You don't see much of the ISO anymore, but I wouldn't be surprised if it maybe popped out again. It is Master's old beloved.
Oh yes, the ISO.
But I think we'd be remiss to not mention how good Prestige played in that last game, because I mean, it is always a little weird. Of course, that whole team plays together so much that like it's not really like, oh, he might not be ready or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
obviously
it's
he's
like
gonna be ready, but it's always the same that whenever you need him to come in, he's always good for it. But that'll be an interesting thing to pay attention to as we come back for our second map of Haven. So don't go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. Is finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great. Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
You're so hypnotizing. Could you be the devil? Could you be an angel? Your touch magnetizing. Feels like I am floating. Leaves my body glowing. They say, be afraid. You're not like the others. Futuristic lover. Different DNA. They don't understand you. You're from a whole other world. A different dimension. You open my eyes. And I'm ready to go. Lead me into the light. Kiss me, and fill me with your love, and fill me with your poison. Take me, wanna be a victim, ready for affection. Your touch so far away. me show you what I got.
With the Dairy West Fueling Station, we really wanted to create a place that our players could come and be fueled and hydrated in a healthy way, fuel their minds, fuel their bodies so they can compete at the highest level. Dairy West has really allowed us to do that, and we're excited to see what this space turns into. This is only phase one. There's many iterations to come. It's truly unique in college esports, and we're excited to see how that continues to evolve. We're really thankful for Dairy West's support and look forward to continue working with them.
Let me show you what I got.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where we're currently in the middle of our final PEC Fall Valorant game, with the Broncos leading the Cornhuskers 1-0 after a pretty decisive win on Bind. And we were talking, of course, in the break about just what do you kind of expect going on to Haven in this next map, and I was specifically kind of thinking about just what can the Cornhuskers do to just be a little bit more decisive on their attack half.
Well, I think they definitely need to maybe play a default and then decide where to execute. But I think something that maybe is on the table is playing an op on the defensive half, because they were having trouble controlling space, and just buying an op naturally forces you to control space.
I mean, for sure, and I also just think, like, in general, especially on attack, it's so damaging to get pushed and die. That's even worse than trying to push and just losing someone first, because, like you said, that's all that space given up, and you kind of almost have to regroup in your spawn and just kind of think about what to do, and it's just never really a great sign.
Yeah, maybe they could try picking, like, a different Sentinel.
Well, you've got one last chance to get the Boise State trading cards. All your favorite Boise State esports players have been immortalized in a very limited series of trading cards by Onnit. Packs have 14 cards each, and you can get yours if you're one of the first 50 people in the door at our highlighted home game. The last one will be November 20th, and it's the only way to get these one-of-a-kind collector's packs with tons of specials, ultra rares, and signature cards. Don't miss out your chance.
Yes, tomorrow is the last time.
Yes, tomorrow is the last time, so make sure you're there if you like them. I'm still looking for some more Zach cards. They're hard to come by. I'm trying to get them out to people, so, you know, just if you come by any, I might be willing to trade.
I still need a Zach card. I'm searching around.
They're rare. They're like diamonds, and what is also rare, like diamonds, is Prestige having a bad game.
Yeah, no, like, actually look at the record, though. It's crazy. He has like a 90% KST.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, you look at the stats, and like he just genuinely looks like a menace on the server, and you watch the games, and he is a menace on the server, so looks aren't deceiving. And heading on to Haven, I think the composition for both of these teams is it's somewhat solid, but I just think the Cornhuskers typically go for the Jet, and I just don't really like Jet. You know,
yeah, she's kind of just been power creeped out of the game.
Yeah, like the newer characters just, I mean, Jet always has, you know, like a spot, maybe a spot in my heart. You know, it's like just the ranked character, but I mean, I don't know about bringing it out most of the time, and ooh, I like this, a Sage potentially on the board. We did see it before on Sunset, so you know they're working potentially with the Sage technology, but instead they might be sorting it out differently.
Yeah, I might be figuring out exactly what is wanted. And Merlin has a bit of a crazy pick there.
Yeah, and interesting, given that he was on Sky last game, it's interesting to put your kind of primary flash initiator onto Reyna. It seems like an interesting kind of playstyle. But actually thinking about Merlin's playstyle, he loves to take those one-and-done angles and play those aggressive spots, so it makes sense. And I'm actually kind of surprised to see KJ coming out from both teams. When was the last time you seen Killjoy?
A while.
It's been a long time. Interesting.
She's not very good, just considering that she doesn't have the global range that the other Sentinels have.
Well, I mean, we're going to have to see how she works out here as we're going on to the potential final map of the day. Match point, the Broncos lead 1-0 against the Cornhuskers as we go on to Haven. Could be second seed potentially for the Broncos, or we could go map 3 and who knows what's going to happen after that.
And something that we're going to be looking out for is the Killjoy turret in Garage, because I remember hearing Prestige yell many times, "No, don't watch Garage, we have turret." So
you've been watching film. Interesting. Oh, yeah, also interesting though is the comp ends up being pretty much a mirror, and the one thing that was different is I was talking about the Master Yoru so much, but it never really ended up being that relevant. He didn't even pick it.
Yeah, switching from Yoru to Killjoy is kind of a crazy mix-up.
It definitely, I mean, you wouldn't think that you'd play the two characters super similarly, but Master actually has a very like flanky, almost area control kind of style on the Yoru as it is. The Broncos starting up on their attack, looking for any space they can get. Paranoia from Seth is lined up for short, but nothing found, and Skies is up so far. He might even find a fight if he's not careful. Alarm bot noted and taken care of. That's good information as now Nebraska has to worry about the potential B site. One shot through the smoke found, but it's still just making space and taking util here for the Broncos.
So much pressure created by just shooting that alarm bot.
Yeah, now two players have to watch it. They have to give up the smokes because they don't know. And if Master makes noise, they might still think that the push is towards B, but there's only one towards A. Running over as fast as they can for the support. Reavage is in tow now on the Duelist from the Viper, looking to take advantage, but Master catches a nice lurk kill onto the opposing KJ, and Skelesis gets the backside player. Spike has been taken down for the time being, but it's still 3-1 on site. Only Merlin towards Heaven here.
And it's just free control of the site for Boise State.
Really is. I mean, they don't... Time is ticking too. A Snakebite can buy so much time. It's going to come out surely any second. Off the dart now, Cause is going to use it. Creeping into Skies with the Frenzy. Geo actually gets the first, but Skies quickly trades with Prestige, and it's all onto Merlin now. Just one left. Playing towards CT. Smoke dropping any second, and Merlin has to fight, but the smoke doesn't even drop, and Master gets the Broncos their first pistol of the series.
Knowing Boise State, like, I saw a disgusting combo there. The Frenzy Snakebite, like, he hit only body shots and just evaporated that guy. And knowing the Broncos, they probably planned that from the start.
I mean, because I thought Cause was just going to use it to buy time, but actually just used it on the run out. It was better. And now, I mean, they can afford to save and only really have 3 Spectres have those people play up front.
Yeah, and then you have the option to get rifles. This is a strategy that when you're trying to win 4 rounds in a row off the pistol.
Not surprised that Boise State thinks they can do that. We'll have to see how that works as Skies walking up towards Garage, but has to contend with the turret. It's smoked, and now he could potentially get a peek onto Zilla. Holding it from C-Link, but Skelesis is actually the first one to get the mid-push. Seth getting a little bit too aggressive. I don't know if Zilla... Ooh, actually stunned up. Skies, perfect stun, just sets up Zilla on a platter. Beautiful angle, catching all of that. Master taking down Merlin as well, and the fight's just all across the map, and they all go the way of the Broncos. Just 1v1s playing deathmatch at this point, and it's all onto one.
Almost out.
It just comes down to this last...
What he's found, flawless again. I mean, you talked about getting 4 rounds straight. This is about the best that you can imagine.
Yeah, they didn't even have to use some of their util.
And look at that, 2 Vandals, and they have so much money, it doesn't even matter. And it's Master 4-0 that has the Vandal too.
Yeah, 3 Spectres and 2 Vandals is a very good chance at beating 5 Vandals. Even if they lose, they can still buy for the next 2 rounds.
Well, and especially, I mean, look at the kills from Nebraska. They've only gotten 2 kills this whole game so far. So they're going to need to get some here, or this could quickly spiral out of control.
Yeah, because then they'll be behind on ultimates.
Well, pushing up fast. Reavage wants the fight, but realizes actually maybe he doesn't. Him and Merlin regroup, trying to play together. Watch this long angle, but the peak will not be given to them quite yet.
Just looking trying to find any sort of favorable fight with these close-range guns.
Really crazy angle here, though, from Seth. It might not be looked at immediately, but Master doesn't even really want to, just pretty much wants to make noise and draw the rotates, and it works. 2 players come right over, just off of the molly. The Nano Swarm pulls everybody, and now Skies has a perfect outlet into Garage. In he goes with Skelesis in tow. Potential timing, though. Backside Skies has to try and make some space. Zilla drops, and he actually can't find the spray. Zilla gets it. Master looking to trade before Zilla gets away, but into the smoke he dissipates. A-site, though, is taken.
And that's very crucial.
Ooh,
A-site's very hard to
speaking
retake.
of crucial, what a kill from Master.
Oh my.
Evening things up to 4-4, and he's going to be a constant thorn in the side of this retake. Skelesis now able to get the plant. Shock darts might get some damage onto him potentially. Definitely does. A little bit of a chunk onto Skelesis playing that angle. It's Merlin up top, but Master still getting work done mid. He's found 2 kills, so annoying, and he can even creep up for the flank if he wants to. Dart goes out, Skelesis is past it, and in he goes, the timing, perfect, sprays down Reavage, and the trades are all there, and it's all Skelesis as well. And that's 3 straight now for the Broncos. Economy management, perfect. Wonder if Coach K is like their accountant, working back there like, this is what we need to buy here. Like, to make sure we have the best chance going forward here.
Yeah, it's a very interesting buy on that second round that leads to kind of just the ability to snowball the game if you get...
It really is like... It's just like a difference between good teams and great teams, because there like really is no downside, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just... That just shows how important the pistol is.
Oh, but mid-push 4 players, but they're not quite given anything. In fact,
Master!
They're taken from. It's Master, the one stealing, and he might get another. In fact, he does. 2 bullets, but he keeps swinging. He knows that he likes to hit those headshots. But 2 kills might be all that it is. Instead, they have to pull away. Ooh, actually, 2 great finds on different parts of the map, but Skelesis trading the mid might make things a little bit easier now. But instead, the Broncos call the rotate bluff and walk towards A here mid. Fight going crazy, but guns aren't really retrievable.
Part of the reason why the Broncos want to go A here is to make sure that those guns can't go the way of Nebraska.
Crazy angle.
What is this angle?
Actual human-computer angle. Merlin gets smoked off. Dark cover, luckily. Kind of might save his life there. Still, 2 players left. Merlin trying to get something done through heaven as Geo plays, and Prestige just takes Merlin right out of it. Only Geo left, and only a Sheriff as well. Blindside used, and time is ticking. Geo wants to go heaven, but I mean, what is there to really be done? Time ticking so low, just looking for some sort of exit, but he might not find anything. Skelesis seems to know just where he is, and he gets the kill in time. Boise State, like you said, 4 straight of perfect money management.
And there's not much to talk about that round since it was a pistol versus Vandals, but I want to commend Skelesis' trigger discipline there, where he flicked, shot 1 bullet, saw it wasn't a headshot, and then just calmed down and killed the guy.
Skelesis, I feel like he definitely, when you're talking about game sense, man, like, I just feel like everything he does, I'm always like, yeah, I know exactly why he did that.
Yeah,
like,
it even like
he never
bleeds
does
into his mechanics.
Weird. Yeah,
it's crazy.
He's a great player, and yeah, I mean, they're all great players, of course. They're looking to prove it here. 4 straight. Out goes the Hunter's Fury and actually tags Reavage. Actually, no, it doesn't look like it did, but that definitely does. Sky is trying to get in off of it, but it's really just a fake. I mean, 3 players now towards A as the rest of the team goes up towards the C site. Prestige has already taken it. No trips to be found, and C is the Broncos. Zilla maybe trying to get past it. Up so far, but you're gonna have to walk into this hold. Cause actually might see Zilla, and instead it's a very unlucky timing. Now 3v5, but the Killjoy ult comes down, lockdown in tow, and Prestige is spraying everything. 3 big kills now, evened up to a 2v2. Lockdown stalling time as well, as Master retreats into CT with Skelesis, knowing that there's no smokes. They can play 2 different angles here off the tap. Owl Drone used, but it's only killing time. It's Geo and Merlin once again on the clutch, looking to redeem themselves. Off the first tap, Master looking to peek, but no one's on it. No one's on it. The Nano Swarms won the round for the Broncos. The post plant too powerful, and they even know about Merlin. And they get the trade money now taken away from the accounts of the Cornhuskers. 5 straight for Boise State.
And Zilla, when he got up on that angle, like one thing that you kind of don't expect is Prestige to be where he was in backside, because like how would he be there, right?
Well, it's like layers of like crazy timings, because since Prestige is there, Zilla doesn't think Prestige is there, and so Cause swings because he would have thought Prestige cleared it, but then it set Prestige up for a 3K, so it's a blessing in disguise.
Revealing area.
Out they go, looking to match the tempo once again, but close on the angle. Skelesis, be careful! Out of ammo though, Merlin uses all 20 bullets. Skies in backside, quickly taken out with a stinger. But the trades go the way of the Broncos, and they might fall back, but instead trying to catch Reavage before it's too late. But there's nothing there. Instead, Nebraska falls off site and lets the plant come through. Skelesis low HP, but the rest of the players full. Geo might be peeking a little too far. Arm spotted, and through the wall. Master just takes him right out of commission, and he wants more. You know he's gonna peek it. You know he wants to, lining up the crosshair off the first bit of contact. But the smoke goes through Reavage, swinging, and it's Prestige instead. Beautiful double headshot, 6 straight. And that might be the unbottled play of the game. I mean, look at the economy.
Yeah, that is the unbottled play of the game, which is brought to you by Dairy West. Today's stream is brought to you by Dairy West, in part by local dairy farmers and the dairy protein they produce. Thanks to them, Boise State Esports has access to next-level fueling options that keep our players playing at their peak. Unbottled dairy protein that powers your performance. Visit unbottled.com for more info.
And that was a very important round to get, because now, I mean, even if Nebraska wins this round, but they lose 2 or 3 players, they're pretty much out of money. Oh, and Master might walk into this, or he might spray. Who knows? Both players looking to try and get a shot on one another. Dark cover falls. But the second is still in play. If only Master had done that 15 seconds earlier, he would have gotten him. Reavage, backside. Knowing someone might be holding anything, wants to play off, but instead now C has been given. C's pretty much been given over, and Geo's jump spot's been noted. Skies now allowed to creep up so far backside and get the kill for free, but Zilla, beautiful 2 shots, and he creeps back into the smoke now. It's Master. Up towards Garage, out, gets the first and the second, and he can spray the ult. It's so good. A beautiful timing from Master. Killjoy's trading 2Ks. And it's only on to Seth and Merlin. Once again, Merlin in a clutch. But can he deliver this time? Both players have ultimates potentially. And that
Cause
just jumped the paranoia. What? We're doing that now, apparently. But time is running out. They've got to walk out. They know about Prestige's spot, but he knows too, and he is more ready. Gets the first. Thinks about the second. Smoke menu comes out. He thinks, ooh, and Cause gets it right through the smoke. 7 straight for Boise State. And
They're
once again,
the rounds up.
Nebraska's resorted to looking in the fountain for any extra credits, maybe that they can get their arms wet, reach in there, and maybe buy a Vandal. Instead, they can only really afford Sheriffs here going forward.
Yeah, just any sort of change they can scrounge her up in the couch. It is looking destitute here, economy-wise. And they're opting to go Stingers, which means they only get another rifle round.
And Skelesis, he does this sometimes, pulls out the Odin when he knows that a push might be inbound, but Skies goes with the overdrive, gets the first and has a chance at so many more. Skelesis and Skies spraying down mid. Paranoia, so valuable, but it's Cause out mid. Can't quite find the spray, but his team is supporting, and it's Master Shorty out to find it now. 8 for the Broncos as Master gets it with the Shorty, and that's a thing as well that just, separates the middle tier teams from the top is they're always buying Shorties. They know that having, in those situations where you want a close range gun, it's always smart to have one, even if most players just forget to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, Doc literally says don't trust the right click, so
it's true.
Might as well
Instead,
buy the actual
get a different
shotgun.
gun so you don't have to. Master showing it right there. We saw it a lot on Bind. That's the first shorty kill here, but Nebraska kind of in free fall. They did save up for this round once again, but they don't have a lot of critical ultimates still. Dart shot out. Merlin trying to play ahead of it. Skies just notes it and falls back. There's still 3 players here. Skies knock. Ooh, after hearing those shots, he knows that there might be a few too many players. Taken down to half health, but look at this spot. Master, and look at the wall to set him up. The wall hit from Spawn just gives him a free kill on his set. Ooh, and Skies might get another, but Reavage has the better angle. Gets that and trades it back, but the attack is ready on C. Only one player to match, and it's Geo. Backside swinging out. Kaz actually killed and trying to swing backside with an Odin. Skelesis taken down as well. What? Dodge that flash so fast, but Prestige has a lot to deal with. 4 players, but they're all coming from the same direction. He doesn't fall for the clone, knowing that they're coming for him. Bides his time, lets them walk out. So many ready. None of them are looking at him. Holding, biding his time, but Geo spots him in the nick of time. Nebraska gets the first, and Prestige maybe holds his nerve a little bit too long there.
The map must have given a little inkling of information as the Killjoy was walking about.
You know, he's like, whoa, like I just saw him on the map. And just started spraying the box for sure. But now, I mean, like I noted though, Nebraska's, their money's still really weird. Even if they win this, or if they lose this one, it's still kind of back to being odd. Reavage did use the overdrive, I think, so that's why the money looks so good. But lockdown is back for Master, and it's 2 in 9 rounds. That's pretty fast.
Yeah, it's a very, very large ultimate to charge up.
Whoa. Reavage trying to play up against the wall, but his Skies ready for this. Whoa! I thought he hit that. Instead, it was Kaz watching, but still ready for the shot. Merlin actually sprays him through the jump. Good tracking and adjustment from Merlin as the lockdown comes through, and maybe a little bit early from Skies, but the plant still comes down, and Master allowed to get such a nice spot here.
And that gives so much space.
Wow.
Look at the Viper's pit coming down.
That's just a nightmare to push into. I think if I'm Master, I wait the drone out
as well.
After the drone, Master can walk right in. He hears it, and he knows that it's not there. They can't clear it. They're going to walk right into him, and he's ready. But Zilla actually gets past. The Cause is ready, though, aware of the timing, and now it's Master's turn. Thinking more past him, but still no. Geo is locked into CT, and one is Heaven. It's Seth trying to peek. 2 bullets betrays him. Master out of ammo, and Seth gets more. Now only on the Cause. Gets the first. Seth now out of ammo himself, and time is too low. Cause gets the kill, and the Broncos get the round. I love the Bears so much. And I've almost been noticing that as a theme. It seems like on these retakes, Nebraska's kind of just letting the spike blow up.
Yeah, they really seem to just... Well, it comes down to the fact that they're not contesting that early space.
That's true, because then they have to do with so much
every
util.
time that they've been trying to retake, they try to retake from one angle, and the Broncos just throw 4 mollies.
Yeah, they haven't flanked. They literally haven't had a... But to be fair, it's because Master's just a menace.
Yeah, Master has been controlling the entire map on his own pretty much.
They're not getting any util early, so all the util's safe for late round. And it's just too much to contend with, especially on a site like A. Skies has been making this land his home, just making noise, baiting, so the rest of his team can walk up. Ooh, good shock dart. Merlin is good for those, for sure, I've noticed. But instead, the push comes through Garage here still. Master is owning the B site pretty much by himself this half. Oh, and he might get another peek. He might get another chance. He likes those odds into Seth. Paranoia comes through, and he backs right out. Instead, it's actually dodge. Skelesis, potential for a trade, but it doesn't quite come through now. Team grouping up, ready to go. Hunter's Fury goes in at a TP. Actually a sneaky one, but Seth gets caught anyway, has to cancel. And the rest of his team has to give up the site. Hunter's Fury of Nebraska's own. Merlin using his, getting some solid damage, but no kills to speak of. Spike is going to fall and sell Geo. Reavage gets one back mid, but Sky's already in. Sliding from the top rope A WWE takedown for Skies. Prestige holding the line. Dark comes through. TP fake goes through and hold on. 2v2, but Prestige, what a shot. Hold on to Skelesis though. Reavage so low HP and a crazy angle for Skelesis.
Bringing us to the last round of the half.
Last round before the switch.
And that really weird buy you were talking about is now coming into effect for Nebraska, where they're left with just a concoction of weapons.
Just a random assortment.
This slide is disgusting, though. Look at this.
I love the way Skies plays because, like, I think there's like a bell curve. Do you know those memes of like when people are new to something, they say like, oh, you shouldn't like slide around your enemy, it's weird, or like you should slide around your enemy, and then the middle is like, don't do that, and then like super pro is like, no, just slide at your enemy because they're not gonna expect it, and that's where Skies is right now, and I think he wants to do it again. Fast lane is in the inventory, but there's 4 players here. Smoke falling, fast lane goes up and out, Skies goes, looking to find the players, backside dodges the paranoia. Ooh, but the spray movement, good from Seth, actually dodges it, and the trades going the way of Nebraska, only 1 left, it's Master. 1 more here, it's Seth to deal with, teleport comes through, and the regroup, smart from Nebraska. Nanoswarm trying to buy some time instead. Ooh, knife coming out. Master, be ready for this. And he is not quite ready enough. Zilla takes it with the Stinger, a great weapon for that situation. Nebraska manages to get 2 before the half.
And a 2-10 half is definitely among the harder
Look
ones.
Look at Skellis's cam, bro. He's leaning back, throwing the hand warmer, having a wonderful day.
Chair.
Man,
just chilling.
Guess that's how they're feeling so far in this attack half. But defense could be a different story. Reavage, by far the standout player, hasn't been able to make quite that same impact yet, but Neon will be able to set the tempo on attack.
Definitely. Able to just run in, control that space, which is the good thing about attack is if your team's bad at holding space and contesting it, attack forces you to do that. So you're guaranteed to make the right play.
And the right play for the Broncos. They thought it might have been a mid push, but instead they're into a mid default. Everyone looking for grass, and B-side is looking a little open, but Skelesis taking the fight. Actually, Geo finds it. Aggressive from Skelesis, but there's no heals on the board, and aggressive from Master as well. They want to peek out everywhere. They want the fights, but instead, Nebraska found the weak link. B-site open. Skies, though, out through the doors and almost gets another through the smoke. Instead, pushing up and going through the smoke, surely in a second, as the rest of his team grouping up, dashes through. Bates, he knows that they're watching him. Paranoia comes through. The rest of the players flood back site. Master gets 1, looking for more. Both players in the smoke, trying to peek out, but it's all the Broncos.
And the craziest part about that round, Skies gets 2, and then he just starts jump scouting, playing for the team. Like, that 2's enough for me. Let's just win the round, guys.
I think like that's a hot take I have is I think Skies is like ahead of the curve on I see him pulling crosshairs more than like any other player. I think it's so underrated. Like, instead of just double swinging, instead of like literally just have one guy just shenanigan peek and then have like a guy shoot at him while he's playing.
He'll just be doing some absolute buffoonery and you're like, what are you doing? And then it works every time.
The trade always comes through. And this time it looks like A is going to be fought for 5 players. It's an album cover peek, all standing posed up in A main. But Skelesis, how are you playing that angle? Sees the info, doesn't quite get the kill, but the support is already here. Prestige is already here. Skelesis is creeping back side, but it's a stinger. And Prestige is traded as well. Master, a timing potentially into this smoke, but now they definitely know the time isn't great for him. He's got to wait for the support. A flank is inbound, and Cause is inbound as well. Spectre valuable. Lineup comes through, cutting off a potential angle as Master walks up, but the crossfire is a lot to deal with. Reavage, they know where he is now. And they also know where Seth is, and Sky's coming through, but can't get the Sheriff out in time. Master fighting for it, but they're both in hell, still trying to reload. They're swinging him now, can't quite get the spray to land. Seth finds it, and Nebraska get up to 3 rounds.
And that means that their force worked. They won't have to be playing for overtime just yet.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the round that they needed to win. And it's not surprising to see them force, and almost not even surprising to see it work. Reavage, like we mentioned, getting that value on the opening.
Yeah, he was able to just run in backside, avoid the dart, bobbing in and out between his wall, and then just kill with the stinger, because that's what it's good for.
The money now bad for the Broncos. But playing ahead of it, Master looking for a shot, actually finds a little bit of damage. But just a little. Rest of the team, though, now already here. All comes down. There's 2 in garage, and they've got to hold for it. Paranoia comes through as the push comes out. Geo through garage gets the first and a second. Cause trades it out and actually creeps it back into the smoke, but it falls at a very unfortunate time for his life. Skelis is jumping in, making himself known, trying to get a lucky angle. Almost has a chance, a difficult shot to land there against Reavage. Owl drone of his own being used. Coming through, and it might see a lot. Seth has been tagged. Skelis is moving around, looking for it. Prestige through the smoke with it. Bucky can't quite land a shot as Reavage finds it. Skelis is also going to be taken, and Nebraska get their 2nd in a row.
And now Boise State is on the rifles, but Nebraska has enough of their own to make this not exactly an end-all, be-all, just finished round there.
20 for Master. A great performance, especially because we were noting he's on a character that it's like you don't see
really
him on
frag
very
out
often. He's been on the Yoru so much, but maybe he's unshackled. Maybe the Yoru is just a curse to him. Just wants to play Deadlock, or not Deadlock, Killjoy the whole time. Cause what an angle! That's a Skelis' angle, and it finds Seth. He's trying again.
Bobbing and weaving.
Almost another Reavage gives him a chance just for the love of the game, but Sky's running him down, getting in, trying to find it, but Reavage, good footwork. Elusive. Leon is always. Skelesis, now the one to face the B push if that's where it goes. Ooh, but the flank comes through. Master catches them unaware, and they've got to walk into Prestige, who's holding everything still. Biding his time, dark cover goes out and he walks into it. Ooh, good timing, but Reavage is ready for that. And it's on to Skelesis now. Phantom in hand, backside. Reavage is moving different, but so is Skelesis. Takes him right down. Still has 2 more to contend with 19 HP. But ooh, can't quite land it on the first, and Cause quickly traded out as well. It's on to Master, the top frag. Owl drone comes through, lets him know, and he peeks. He actually keeps running forward, gets the timing with the ping, but it's not good enough. Merlin takes him down, and that's an interesting look at that clutch. I don't entirely hate it. I think he definitely had a chance for that, but spraying bodies now, are we?
And something that you may have not caught was Master, when the Owl drone pinged a second time, he looked the other direction, and then once it left, he looked back at the angle to try and trick them into swinging him.
That's interesting. He's almost like, yeah, I want you to ping me so I can trick you instead of just being mysterious. But I don't really like the buy here from the Broncos. I think if you lose this game, like, this is how you lose. You don't want to be buying like this.
Yeah, this is definitely a bit of an awkward purchase.
But Master could make it work. Sees a head peek. Merlin is almost out of the round already. Taken so low in Skies. Skies, they might walk right into him. Prestige gets 1, and Skies is ready with the judge, finds 2, and sliding in for more. A little ambitious, but pops the ult. Overdrive used. Zilla has been noted, taken down. 1 more player to find. Reavage is being pre-fired, and a nice shot. Pre-fire of Reavage's own, but Prestige, now the one to try and get it. How is Reavage alive?
I don't know, but he
might be Neo from the Matrix.
You can just sneeze on him and he'll die.
Ducking and diving, playing dodgeball here in mid. But Skelesis is tracking Reavage down, but looking in the wrong spot. Timing was almost bad. Instead, it's Prestige, and the Broncos get up to match point.
And now it is just that much harder for Nebraska. They have to play for overtime for a chance to win. And the Broncos can just sit all happy like they have been, pop 5 ults and win the game.
Well, they may have waited a while, but they decided to take your advice. Seth, now operator online, looking to control some early space down C, and Koss might be caught off guard here.
Yeah, but he's going to be on his goober pixel peek angle, so maybe it doesn't matter.
Just run it back, but surely that's where they look. Wow, how has this happened
already?
It worked! Everybody just explodes! Everybody just blows up, and once again, it's only Reavage. C-Main, the last player alive, he's being hunted down. Now Sky's running in, looking for wherever he might be, and now he's been spotted. Only a matter of time. Master running him down. Reavage gets the first. But they have the spike. And the rest of the players grouping up, looking for the peak. Overdrive comes through, hold on. Reavage a chance, knife comes through, but Prestige gets it. And the Broncos take down the Cornhuskers 2-0 to close out the PEC fall season.
What a match. And exactly what you were talking about with Skies there. Drawing the crosshair when he literally has his knife out and can't kill him.
Great play and great opening season for the Broncos. Only dropping one map or two map, or actually I'm talking about maps, only dropping one game so far, but securing that number 2 seed because they have the tiebreaker against Michigan State. So wonderful play from them. I was worried maybe they take their foot off the gas after a loss, you know, but no, those Broncos keep galloping. So wonderful game, and Reavage once again trying very valiant, but in the end, it's got to be Boise State.
And yeah, just absolute, just showing up there. Master as well. 3 first bloods on Killjoy is a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, once again, said it a lot, but of course, shout out to Prestige coming in whenever the team needs them and just delivering.
Always. It's so crazy that he's just there, you know? And he can play whatever the team needs. It's exactly what you want to see.
I mean, absolutely. But before we go, thank you to Idaho Air National Guard. What if you could pursue college or your dream career while serving your country and getting amazing benefits? The Idaho Air National Guard, just 1 weekend a month, 8 months out of the year. You'll get tuition assistance, signing bonuses, healthcare, zero-down home loans, and high-tech job training, all while keeping your civilian life, job, and goals right here in Idaho. Whether you're studying, working, or building your future, the Guard enhances it all while giving you leadership skills and lifelong connections. Ready to have it all? The Idaho Air National Guard is your pathway to education, career success, and purpose. And I mean, just looking great. Oh, we get to see the other games. It actually looks like Ohio State ended up taking that first map.
That's surprising.
Interesting, they were down on Corrode, but actually came back and now leading 6-0. Maybe the mental might be broken for Michigan State.
But Michigan State just used the timeout as well, so maybe they realized that and are now locked in. They have the veto ult. That's crazy.
But I think if this one goes the way it's looking to, the Buckeyes setting themselves apart as the clear number 1 so far in the PEC, and the Broncos the clear number 2 after a great season. A little tumultuous at the start. Lots of new players. I mean, lots of new schemes, new characters. But, I mean, this iteration is scary, man.
Yeah, this is the, like you said, the scariest iteration of the Broncos I've seen. And there's a lot of just crazy strategies we've been seeing come out.
And that, I mean, that'll be it for the Boise State PEC fall season. So thank you everyone for watching. If whether you just watching this game, you come in every week, PEC loves to have you. Thank you all for observing. I probably have a top 5 to send you out on, but don't miss any of the PEC when it comes up. You'll want to see this team as they contend for the championship. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you very soon.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Matlock, underrated recruit, has built himself into one of the best defensive players in the Mountain West.
What would you do if you couldn't fail? Would you see every setback as a catalyst to keep going? This is the innovator's mindset, because innovation demands daring. It's finding thousands of ways that don't work, and the one that changes everything. It's when your unrelenting spirit sees the world's needs and says, I will create something better. So, what will you do? Will you let your genius run wild? Give yourself the space to be great? Set your sights on something even bigger, because we know changing the world doesn't happen by chance. It comes out of the blue.
Let me show you what I got.
With the Dairy West Fueling Station, we really wanted to create a place that our players could come and be fueled and hydrated in a healthy way, fuel their minds, fuel their bodies so they can compete at the highest level. Dairy West has really allowed us to do that, and we're excited to see what this space turns into. This is only phase one. There's many iterations to come. It's truly unique in college esports, and we're excited to see how that continues to evolve. We're really thankful for Dairy West's support and look forward to continue working with them.
Let me show you what I got.
Hello and welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena, where I spoke a little too soon. We're not actually done quite yet, because I have the pleasure of sitting down with Skelesis, the mastermind of the Boise State team, I like to say. And Skelesis, I guess, before we get into the nitty-gritty, my personal thing is we talk about you on the show, as we definitely say you have the best game sense, but where would you put yourself in like a ranking on the team, game sense wise?
I'd for sure say at least top 3. I know I'm definitely not the best mechanically, but I think I have pretty good game sense. I'm put on the agents to let that shine. You know, there's some agents like Duelist, it's kind of hard to show game sense, but like the Sova, Fade, Teo, those agents, it's a lot more complicated and it's easier to show game sense there. But definitely top 3, but doesn't take away from the guys. They're also really good.
Yeah, not naming any names, of course, but yeah, I mean, last time we talked, you were pretty much solely on Teo duty.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, you're kind of on just Fade Sova duty, but do you think you like just being able to focus all your energy on like a couple characters and really master them and know kind of the ins and outs of each map and just kind of the darts you like to throw, the haunts you like to throw, or would you like to, you know, like branch out and just show you're really that saucy on everybody?
I think I've done a lot of different stuff in the past on my couple years on this team, but I think my favorite is probably right now, where it's just I don't play too many agents and I don't just play one agent. I get to branch out. I have I had to play a few different agents. It gets kind of boring just playing the Fade or the Sova on every single map. So
yeah,
being to branch out and play a couple different agents feels a lot better.
I get that for sure, but like, yeah, I mean, you said you enjoy, and the results are certainly there. I mean, what can you say that makes this roster kind of special compared to all the ones you've been on in the past?
I think just time being together. You know, we've been all playing together for the last 3 years, and I think it's starting to come together more.
I mean, I would certainly agree watching it. I felt like watching in the past, you know, like there was liable to be maybe some misplays, like some crosses not being held. But now, I mean, you guys are looking pretty solid, and only one loss, an absolute nail-biter to Ohio State, of course. I know a very winnable game for both teams, pretty much neck and neck the whole way. But how are you feeling now or going into this break? How do you feel about your chances in the PEC?
I think going forward, we feel pretty confident. I think Ohio State just caught us on a bit of an off day. Just didn't have the prep we needed, and a lot of stuff was going on outside the game. And I think next time we beat them, it'll be a lot more in our favor.
Okay, I mean, like to hear that. And are there any like shout outs you want to give? Of course, a great season. Anyone you want to shout out?
Shout out my mom, my dad, my sisters, everyone watching. I appreciate all the support.
Well, I mean, yes, thank you to everybody watching, too. And thank you, of course, for this great interview. Always nice to talk to you guys. You guys are so funny. you guys are the funniest team. I'm on the Overwatch team. You guys are the funniest team. No shade.
No shade.
No shade. But thank you guys for watching the PEC, whether, of course, you just watch this game, you watch every game, here to support your family. Thank you, and make sure to come back when the PEC comes back, and we'll see you then. Get out, Saturate comes through, but they're not sure if they want to fight it yet. Skies takes it and now clears towards U-Haul, sees one, pops out, Bucky in hand, and Seth knows, has to chill out, but he still gets the shot. A beautiful jump and a nice trade as well. You're gonna have to walk into this hold. Cause actually might see Zilla, and instead it's a very unlucky timing. Now 3v5. Hunter's Fury of Nebraska's own. Merlin using his, getting some solid damage, but no kills to speak of. Spike is going to fall, and Sal Geo. Reavage gets one back mid, but Sky's already in. Sliding from the top rope. A WWE takedown. Now Cause taking so much space as the rest of the noise comes through. Cause gets the first, but he's all alone. He has to operate by himself. Peeking, trying to get the second, finds it. A third on the table. Merlin facing it, but Cause is flawless with the rest out of the round already. Taken so low in Skies. Skies, they might walk right into him. Prestige gets one, and Skies is ready with the judge.